Hi, everybody. This is Allison from Alleycat Creations. How are you? Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you have yet to do so. And if you get anything from my work, I connected out an epiphany, a mind explosion, a new book to read, a new author to explore, artwork to create. It's a bun bun and a ducky. Please consider supporting my work. All the information is in the description underneath this video. AllykatCreations211.com is where you can see all my artwork. I haven't uploaded these guys yet, but there's some other ones I didn't upload, but every once in a while I will update my website when new things, I get a plethora of things to put up. So please check it out. And if you're interested in purchasing anything, please email me. My artwork is not expensive. Trust me, I'd rather heal people with my pyramids and my artwork and bring a smile to a face and make it cost effective. So if you're interested in any of my work, go to my website and check out what I do. 3D memberships is another way to help this channel and myself pay the bills. And thanks to you guys, this channel continues. You also get raffle entries. So everybody who's a member gets one free entry into my raffle. Of course, you could purchase entries. I just gave away a pyramid and 2 paint and sip paintings. They went out in the mail today. For those of the winners, you're getting them Thursday. I also do oracle card readings for the collective of the members. So I tap into their energy and spirit delivers messages. So if you're interested in getting those kind of perks, as the channel grows, I will add tiers. But for now, it's just one tier and it's really inexpensive if you have it. And it's okay if you don't. Coffee. I'm back at the obsession. I'm doing a spiritual soul advice today. I don't know if my eyes can focus on reading. I'm tired. I did a lot of work yesterday, and today I got home and was sorting through finding emails to headquarters, HR, uh, in hopes that I can get answers to getting a job. I don't give up on my dreams at all. And I don't give up easily. You know, some things are not meant to be, and that's your contract, your soul's contract. Things are just meant to be. Um, I was many things in my life, and those things didn't transpire because the universe said, not your path. Tobacco. I needed that. Um, your path, your contract is entangled to other particles of photons and subatomic particles that will collapse away form if it's meant to happen for you. As much as we want to feel that we do manifest, we can manifest. There are certain limitations to your manifestations because if it's not contracted to you, it's not a part of your paradigm or path, it will show up, but in unexpected different ways than what you originally set them out to be. That's just my perception and my estimation on the collapse of the wave function. Um, Everything within my fiber of my neurological system is telling me do not give up on your dreams right now. And you got to figure out a way to get to your your passion, and my passion is art. So in whatever regards that is going to be, I don't want to give up on my dreams, and I don't want to not work with kids. So I got to find a happy medium if things do not fall in line. And it's been taking me a few weeks after ranting and getting it out on the live. I had to. The focus of where I'm going with my conversation here, and I hope to help some of you out. And that's why I talk so candidly about my circumstances. It's not to solicit any sort of sympathy or pity. Um, I I appreciate the love and the appreciation from everybody and the help. That's absolutely like needed right now. Many of you are being angels to me, and I am so blessed to have you in my life. Thank you. If it wasn't for so many of you helping me in the 3D means, I would not be here. And this has been the last 3 years, and the theme of the last 3 years of my life is accepting the help. Because back in my early 20s, I would not accept help. Not because I was prideful, but because I stood in my conviction to say I could do this by myself. I could do this by myself. I could do this by myself. I'm hyper independent. I am an Aries, and I am a woman after her own heart. It's I always feel that the help can be given to someone else that probably needs it more. And I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that need it and probably need it more. But we all assigned ourselves to help where we can, how we can to humanity. And I do need that help. So I do appreciate those who are always looking out for me. I just don't give up on my dreams. And the energies that we are experiencing are absolutely helping clarify. And I've been waiting months on the clarity. Though nothing is clear, let's just get that factual. I haven't signed a contract yet. I'm not in a job, and I am internally freaking the fuck out on what are my next moves. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't. I really don't. And it's creepy and scary inside, but it's a reality that I am facing each and every day as the school year comes to a close. We're not there just yet, but I'm internally already freaking out. Though somewhere inside of me is like, no, you got to push for this. You got to push. And I'm pushing as respectfully and as professionally as I can. Um, I've heard some other, listening to my tarot cards. I listen to tarot from a plethora in the morning when I'm not listening to Brian Scott and I'm not listening to activations. I like to listen to the themes of tarot cards. So when people are pulling for Aries, and I usually just listen to my sun sign, um, I do listen to my other signs, but it isn't a lot of things just don't hit here, where my sun sign hits here. Um, I like the theme. So if a certain card keeps falling out in everybody's readings, it really is a sign. Okay, there's a tarot moment coming. There's change coming. There's a death and a rebirth coming. So a lot of the themes I pick up each month are the things that really are transpiring in my life. The themes of the oracle cards that I've been pulling for the collective, and a lot of them are hitting home for myself, like stop worrying, things are going to work out. How do you know that? Because so far up until now, and this is just a self criticism to myself, nothing really has worked out. Yes, it works out in ways of learning, teaching, elevating in spiritual sense, but not much in the material sense. Um, a lot of I have a big itch in my back and I don't have a back scratcher, so sorry. Weird, but I'm not pausing. Um, a lot of us probably have never felt like we've succeeded in the material sense. Now, I could say that I felt very renewed moving and using what my parents really worked hard for in order to establish a home base. Putting out the positivity of getting a job and thriving. And that has not happened yet. And it took a year to get a job. It took a year with all the credentials and experiences that I have, and they still need more paper. I know a lot of us feel this way. Like I'm spiritually matured into a 5D consciousness of unity and love and compassion and really seeing the world neutrally, where I'm looking at both sides that need to be held accountable for the shenanigans going on in the outside world. Um, it's a test on every angle and it's coming from every angle. Not just one side, not just from here, over there. It's coming from every direction. The energies, the planetary alignments, for me, at least, all made sense. How certain things are rebirthing, certain things in me, my personality, are dying. The ego, death, and the shadow work are always continuous. But it's usually in my darkest rock bottom emotional depressive states that I somehow get my most creative sparks. I work with my shadow. I work with the darkness. I have to. I function in my artistic expression better when I'm in those states. I don't know why. I don't understand it, but I got a cute ducky. I'm shocked at my duck. Shocked. I could draw like that, but to paint like that, I've never came out with some. I don't even know if I'll ever give this up. I have never done this before to this. No, it's not in fine this really isn't in fine detail. But from afar, what? I'm shocked at myself. I'm actually proud of myself. I didn't think that I had that in me. I shock myself every day. I want to give you guys the encouragement that it's not just me. A lot of us are going through situations, we're going through a change. Even if life is a freaking toast on bread and it tastes amazing, and you made it so perfect that you don't want to even, you want to just let it sit in your mouth and savor it because it's that good, right? And I'm just giving a really simplistic explanation of what I'm feeling. We're all going through it because we have a change incoming. Those people have change incoming. They might not have it consciously, it might be subconsciously. It might actually be awakening or remembering or coming into a different phase of their life and they finally accepted that certain things have to go. Whatever it is, everybody in humanity is being hit with change. For us way showers, the light beings, the angels, the archangels, incarnate. Hi, I'm speaking to all of you, not just myself. We're going through immense changes. For years now, I have elevated my spirituality. I've matured my spiritual in the last 3 years. My spirituality has been peaked in ways that I never thought could even exist. I'm seeing quantum, I'm developing things that most people have years to do in a monastery because they can't quiet their mind. I'm able to visualize and see things in my mind that a lot of people can't even materialize. I've been developing these things for decades. But as matured and as spiritually I am living in heaven or sixth density in my thinking and fifth density, fifth dimension, in my consciousness, in this physical form, what lacks for many of us as we're spiritually developing is a material world. I don't want to live in the material world. I don't like it. I think it's extremely unfair. And I've always been the black sheep, like many of you have been black sheep of your family. We're just different. I stick out like a sore thumb in society, even dressing normal. And my friends got me clothes from Shein and, you know, trying to be professional. And I just still stick out. I don't blend in. And there's a reason for it. I'm a challenge. I'm a big test, but being a test for society also gives you a disadvantage in the material world. No one wants to see your light because they're not on the frequency where you're at. You actually repel them. And what I also find is as I'm repelling a lot of the frequencies that are not on my vibration, and very many are, the people that are on my frequency that own businesses that could be the ones helping me are nowhere to be found. It's a struggle that a lot of us are having, and but the good news is more and more people are starting to see a bigger picture. And it's not the giving up, the detachment of emotional states to people, places, and things are still a very big hurdle for most people. The people that you surround yourselves in chats and in all different facets of your life, people are so attached to the third dimension and the materiality aspect where I'm not necessarily, I just want to be content. I just want my bills paid. I don't need fancy this or fancy that. I just need practical, working practicality. That's all I want. At 42, I really have never been outside of the country. I haven't been on a real legitimate vacation. I don't really necessarily need that to be happy. I'm happy for others when they go out and they explore the world. I love looking at their pictures and just being in the moment with them in that picture. It's fantastic. But I've never got to explore the world or have the finances to do such things. I'm not one to live outside of my means either. Even when I had it, I gave a lot of it away. I invested in my house. I that's really investing in me. I wanted an atmosphere that I could be comfortable in, that others, when I come in here, can be comfortable. The illusion for myself is that other people would be here. Do not suppress your feelings. You have to vent them out. I know it sounds like I'm always complaining. I know that. I don't like to complain. And it's one of the ways that actually has helped me heal my arthritis. I stopped complaining about it. I stopped giving it energy. Yeah, do I have back pain? Sure, all the time. I don't let it affect me, and it kind of doesn't even bother me until I'm trying to get out of my off my beanbag in the morning. Or Freya comes and jumps on me in the wrong way. Not her fault. It's there, but I don't let it gain any traction in my system anymore. Same thing with my thyroid. That's a little harder because I'm going through my feminine changes, and the hormones, whether I like it or not, are constantly changing. So it's kind of hard to hone in on just all of the millions of cells that are not acting properly because, hi, we're allergic to one and the other ones are messing it all up. But what I have noticed is that what I was complaining about with my arthritis was legitimate. It wasn't false. It wasn't to complain just to complain. It was to get it out of me. Get those feelings and those emotions, let it flow through me, move through me, and get the F out and go over there. Because you're no longer welcomed in my system. And I believe that's what I'm trying to do with my disdain with my circumstances. Because every time something seems so, it doesn't seem so good to be true, but it feels and lands right in the heart space. And then I get disappointed when it never comes to fruition. And although everybody's like, oh, you'll have it, everything will be great. I can see you in that. Yeah, of course you can. You want the best for me. And I appreciate that. And it's not speaking negatively on myself, it's just being practical in the 3D sense. I signed up for a very difficult contract with many, many variables in consequences and choices that I have to make in order to have an extreme soul growth. In certain areas and themes I came here to explore in this body, to my body. And many of you that are going through very similar circumstances financially, the 3D thing, everybody has it in different facets of their lives. And it's not irrational to think, well, why is this happening again? Why is this cycling out? It needs to be purged and let go. I learned my lessons the first time, but even the first, second, and now this is the third. I didn't really do much wrong. Universe is putting me on my path. This time, I don't have a clear vision of what that looks like, whereas the other two, I I lost my job at the Y. I knew that someone could help me. My ex got his aunt on the phone and got me a nomination to become a para. Um, because in New York you needed a principal to write you a letter of recommendation and to honor you. Now that took a long time, but I was given government support, financial support from the government. I was given food stamps and unemployment just to hold me over until the job started. Even though that was a rock bottom and that was terror, the process of going through all that was horrific. I made it through, and because I was able to see it. I knew the destination. I just had to go through the rough patch of getting there. But I obtained it. I got into my position. My mom was sick, so subbing worked out for a nice almost 2 years. And then I got a full-time job with a lot more benefits and a salary, and I could get off on the summers. I could take care of my mom when needed, lots of vacations and days off. So I was peachy as pie until this happened, and I had to give up everything and move and detach, and I learned how to detach from things that those are just memories that I can hold in my head. Those are objects that really just serve a material purpose. I don't need them. I don't need to attach to them. And I gave up a lot of things I never thought I was able to do. That was one of the biggest lessons I've ever traversed. That was very hard going to a pawn shop and selling my parents' jewelry. That was completely brutal. I did not like the feeling, but I had no choice. It was that or eat, starve. I had to put my pride down and go at 3 o'clock in the morning into everybody's recycling bins to get cans and bottles so that I can bring it to the store and make a couple of bucks each day. I sold things I never thought I would have to sell. There's a lot of things that I did to keep myself alive. There's a lot of sacrifice that I did in the last 3 years. And now here we are again. And I just got to put faith in the universe and push my dreams as far as the limits can go to getting my dreams fulfilled. I always wanted to be an art teacher. And becoming a paraprofessional, you have to write an essay. And my essay was actually getting my interpreting for sign language, which there's no way I can do. I'm super dyslexic in that. I know sign language, but to translate, hell no. But I wanted to teach deaf kids art. And I was stuck with that. I always wanted to do it. I think my college admissions essay also was very similar to that. Sorry, I'm channeling. I'm not giving up on my dreams. I have to make it work somehow. I know a couple of people are like, why don't you just do it online? Why don't you have our class? I can totally do that. But I need the equipment and the capital to get a site, to get an LLC, to get insurance. These things, it sounds so easy. It really does. It sounds so simple, but it really isn't until the system collapses and you can get stuff for next to nothing. Everything has a price, and I don't have the money for that price. And I didn't have it either once I bought this house. Good audio visual equipment is expensive. The programs to edit and to sorry, I'm coughing again. Spirit. The programs, the staging, the materials to make. I had these canvases laying around my house. They were on sale on Amazon, cheap as punch, and I got them on sale. And now we got Ducky. I used what is at my disposal. Each and every one of us has a situation that we are in change with, whether it be internal, external, material, spiritual. A lot of breakthroughs are coming, and I can only hope that the energy that is coming in is aiding us in this transformation, because I'm over it. I'm done. A lot of us are done. A lot of the star seeds are done. Here's the Schumann residence for today. That is a lot. Why I can't even focus on reading a book, as I woke up at 2:39 in the morning. 2:39. Like, why? Why did I wake up at 2:39 in the morning? I don't know. I don't know. Something has to be right there. And Ashmaya said that there could be a man. I don't know if I took something home with me. Mediums tend to do that. I know I do. I draw a lot of things to me and then I take them home and then I try to disperse them and they don't leave. So I don't know if it's a happy spirit, an evil spirit. I mean, still source. There we go. Still source at the end of the day. Chicken. Still source at the end of the day. We have a lot of energy now moving forward instead of retrograding back. Another reason why I wanted to do a spiritual soul advice. So after I wrote the email and I made myself something to eat, I put my finger because my hair is thinning, and my hair had to go up because it was like rainy but not rainy today, very humid out, and I have two kids that really like putting their Dorito fingers in my hair, and I'm like, gross. So I had to put my hair back, and when I got home, the wind and everything was so disheveled. I put my finger here, and I got a huge buzzing, like electrical sound coming from my finger. Not in this year, but in this one. I heard some crazy ass tones coming from my finger, putting it close to my ear as I was moving my hair. I'm like, wait, what? What am I hearing? I was putting my finger right here and not covering my ear to make a warping sound, but like right here, just to move hair. And I'm like, wait, what's that noise? No noise, then noise. And it's now happening again. I don't know if anybody has ever experienced this. It doesn't happen in my left ear. It happens in my right, where my finger comes close to my ear, and I'm getting tone. Like if you took a toning fork and did that, that's what I'm hearing. Bizarre. Anybody else going through that? Anybody? I'll mention it again during the live, but yeah, not everybody watches the crafts, which I'm still working on curriculum as we now have seriously, I had a toilet paper roll birdies the other day. And then I typed this up last night, Urbanscapes, which that's what I did the drawing of during the craft and sip. So that's there. I have Mr. Modrian. I have a Banksy project. I have to do more vocabulary. And then the Alma Thomas, I want to do a collaboration with the whole school. So I have a lot going on in here. As I'm still reading a textbook and studying. And I got a composition down for one of the for a heart. That's some pew pews and bullet shells in there. And I got a skull I'm playing with. So I am now playing with those things. I'm excited. Super excited to see how that comes out. See, when I'm in the midst of insanity, I get my best ideas. Anybody else out there, let me know what you think. I know for myself, when I'm in the deepest part of the void, I'm in the abyss, the Nishian abyss. Sorry, I see I am in pain. I'm moving a lot. That abyss, gets me my biggest and creative ideas because I'm being pushed to my limits in those states of thinking. I think a very big misconception in the spiritual community is to ignore that you have feelings of negativity. You're both positive and negative. We'll never escape that until we get into our light body. And even then, we still have trials and tribulations that we are all going to endure in different dimensional spaces. And they're happening right now. You can't deny these things because we came here to heal it all. I also you can't dismiss your feelings. We should never invalidate someone else's feelings because you see it as something that, oh, you'll overcome it, you'll get through this. Not everybody will get through their hard times. That's just a reality that we all have to face. That's the theme that someone wrote into their contract. That's something for them to explore. Not everybody overcomes their obstacles. I don't like to be the bearer of bad news, but that's just reality. And it's harsh here. We want to try to overcome them. We want to build other people up. We want to help people with their ideas and help them inspire. But you also have to take the concept that you can't invalidate someone's feelings. Oh, don't be so stupid or don't feel so sad. Well, that's kind of invalidating on them. They have to feel it in order to make change. I haven't been I've been content but not happy in my physical 3D life. Spiritually, I am high-fiving, flying. Hey, what's up, everybody? Love you. Woo! Right? That's me in spirit land. I am a happy I love up there. It's great. It's beautiful. It's fantastic. I like thinking on that wavelength because that gets me high and excited. But I'm still in 3D. Gravel down. Still in 3D. Which is harsh. I'm supposed to feel. But I don't need my feelings invalidated because someone has it worse than me, metaphorically speaking. No, well, you're invalidating me when you announce that. Everybody signed up for their experience, whether you're conscious of it or not. I know that I signed up for hard times, but within those hard times, I did sign up for help. It just took me forever to come to acknowledge that help. And I am very blessed to have the help that I am receiving. I just wish the other 3D people not aware of their spirituality can start coming online and going, oh, okay, I'm going to help you. You have the experience. You have the drive and the passion and the will to make this happen. I trust that you're going to get this to get worked out. Here, like I never have anything handed over to me like that. I have to work 25 million times harder than the next person to get a job, to land in a role, to figure it out. 25 million times harder from other people. But that's a theme that my asshole self wanted to explore. And I say, neon sign to you, soul. And Brian Scott read Daniel Scranton the other day, and it was kind of talking about the same stuff. I don't know if it was Saint Germain or the founders, creators race. that was saying like, yeah, like you going through these very, very difficult times is only elevating everybody around you and the earth. Great. But in the meantime, we need some help. I can't just be, I need my mission to happen. What is it? What's going on? Dolores Cannon, I don't agree with her when it comes to the waves of volunteers, but my wave is supposed to just be. I don't believe that. I'm supposed to see consciousness, and I'm totally trying to do so. It's not for everybody right now, and that I'm in a very big awareness of. It's very hard to be around people not in your frequency that will not hear you, or they will disguise the yes, yeah, I totally feel that, and they really don't. If you really feel something, you're embodying it, you're walking it, you're doing it every day. You're not just saying it and then doing something else. You're not being truthful and honest to yourself when you give in because you want to be on someone else's bandwagon because it sounds cool. Or I've been following this forever. I mean, I had a friend email me earlier. What happened today with Mr. Francis? What happened? Do you really think that's him? Uh, uh, I want to say maybe 8, 9 years ago, I played a video for a friend, and I also played it for a Latin teacher in the high school I was subbing at. And it was about Lucifer and Yeshua and the Easter Mass. And it's very hard to find right now because he just transcended or something transcended. And I changed perspective on what that entity and where he dwelled, the hidden symbolisms. I'm not saying it's all bad. Um, but everything's getting exposed. Everything's collapsing for a reason. We have to come to that standard of how it's coming to a close. And I think things are going a little too slow for my liking. And it's only because if one movement's really about the children, then the children are suffering right now because it's not just about the adults. My role is to be around children and help and hold frequency for them. So I am here just to frequent my energy and my electromagnetic field. I'm fine with that. But you got to make it so that I can be successful in a third dimensional definition in order to be able to see the highest and best frequencies for these children. Can't do that if everything rises in prices and my paycheck doesn't. My energy exchange isn't being met. For all the good works I've ever done and the things I have done for charities and people, it's hard not to know that it's not coming back at this lifetime juncture. I tried clearing my throat a few times. Do apologize. Here's a good meme. I get myself positioned here. One thing I absolutely love and adore about myself is no matter how bad I've been treated, no matter how I'm feeling, no matter what I've been through or what I'm going through, I still have a heart of gold and endless love to give. It's true. That's one thing no one can ever take from me. And I would hope that would stand to reason with all of you. This is April 21st. The universe is saying to you today, change is coming. I know that you need a breakthrough. I see you. I'm going to move you. My plan is bigger than your plan. All is well. I'm opening the right doors for you now. I got you. Relax and enjoy your life. These things are kind of hard to deal with in the thick of things. It really truly is. It's hard to always you as a third dimensional being is supposed to shift your frequency. You're supposed to actually acknowledge your shadow. You're supposed to incorporate your shadow. You're not supposed to ignore it. When they say feed two wolf, like choose a wolf, the white or the black one, choose both because you got to feed and pacify both. You need to be a balanced being. You can't be imbalanced. In harmony, in harmoniousness within you is always seeking one way or the other. Being in harmony with yourself is acknowledging both aspects of yourself, your physical, your spiritual, the good, the bad, the dualistic qualities that is in you. We all have a shadow. I have a shadow, and that shadow is very much apparent right now. I'm going through potentially one of the most scariest, soul-sucking, devastating points of my life. And it always feels that way every time some major catastrophe happened. My nose is very itchy. I don't know who's here. Itchy. Itchy. Are you acknowledging your shadow? Are you acknowledging the things about yourself? And no, we're not perfect beings. We all hit bottoms of whatever rock you want to describe it as. We all go through things emotionally, physically. We all have our downfall. And that's only to build ourselves up better and stronger. It's teaching and learning how to persevere. The old self, prior to my higher self walking into my body, would have already said, F this, I'm done, and would have lights out. Other aspects of me have been not necessarily ignoring, but not trying to stress myself out by looking at what's in or not in my bank account. Not trying to stress it. I'm not trying to stress that I owe a lot of money in property tax I cannot afford at this moment in time. I'm not trying to stress on things that I can't physically bring into manifestation right now. I am trying to collapse a wave function to getting my job, getting the dream job, getting what I hope to have to work really hard for. It's not with a lack of doing nothing and sitting on my ass. There's a lot of work that is required to maintain that job, but I'm up for the challenge. I'm excited. I feel the frequency within me. I love the warm fuzziness in my heart space when I'm talking about teaching children my passion, which is art. What's your passion? What are you facing in the mirror right now? If you're facing a lot of adversity, a lot of change, your shadow, your ego, don't let it define you. Let it flow through you. Vent it out. If you have no one to speak to, write it down in a journal. Get it out of you. Me venting on that live that day, and I'm just over it. I'm done. And the feelings, I needed to go through that. I needed to feel it. Why? Because it's what I don't prefer. And now that I don't prefer it, I know that that's a place I don't want to be at. How do I not repeat that feeling? In order to know what that feeling is, you have to go through it. Sorry, my head, everything is itchy. Itchy doodles. Itchy doodles. What we can all seek within ourselves is solace and understanding that if something doesn't work out, something better might. And it might not even be better. It's what you signed up for. And that's like me grasping my own contract and not, of course, we don't remember what we actually asked for in experience because we have to go through the experience. We have to feel the experience. And we do a big F you to your higher self because you're like, well, you thought up there in your higher density form, everything was going to be la la and lollipops. And it's not. It's sparkle farts and glitter shards, and it ain't pretty. It's disguised as looking pretty and smelling great, but it's not. It's shit. It's shit. So how do we deal with the shit? How do we alchemize the shit? The last couple of weeks, I've been letting it flow through me. I've been crying. I've been getting it out of my system. I've been waking up at all crazy hours of the night. I am still pushing myself each day to keep alive. I'm in the moment living. I'm listening to things that put my circumstances into a bigger proportion of understanding. The Dark Chosen One video really put a perspective that I never saw before or heard. And it made me think and ponder a lot. It made me take a look at, okay, so I made this, I designed this. There is a greater soul growth. I just don't see it yet. I have to give my compassion to myself for not seeing it yet. But it's there. I know so because I am not backing down. I wouldn't invest my time and waste my energy and coming home exhausted, getting told child is incoming, the difficult one. Speaking my legitimate truth at work, like people have to drop some balls and speak up. Like teachers should not be micromanaged. I know that people think out there that teachers are horrible people, but why are you sending your kids to school if you think that way? There are amazing teachers out there and they're not given enough credit. They're not giving enough pay, and they got to deal with crazy peoples. A public school is public with multiple children in there. Get a private tutor if you can't be happy and treat somebody like a normal human being. If I have the opportunity to talk to my principal, the first things out of my mouth, I don't give up on my dreams. That's number one. And two, I don't give up on myself. I don't collapse on myself unless the wave function needs me to do that. And I don't think in this instance it is. Inside of each of us is a frequency. I have high voltage, obviously. If I'm putting my finger to my ear and I'm hearing tuning, Therein lies the frequency and the high voltage that I need to help these kids. All of you serve your own purposes in your own fields of study and work and being. We can't give up on our visions. Each of us fits a puzzle piece, and each of us stacks those pieces together to formulate a picture. And in each section of the world, the picture becomes clearer and clearer as more people add their puzzle piece into the big picture. My puzzle piece has a lot of angles in it and holes. But I have to find the right pieces in order to connect to others, in order to connect and make a big picture happen. You have to ask yourself, where do you fit in? And how do you play by the rules of third dimension, but still honoring your soul and honoring your contract? Not easy. Nothing's meant to be easy. If it was, everybody would be where they need to be. Everybody would be content, and we wouldn't have this conversation. A lot of us feel very defeated. I know I do all the time. And it's not because I'm not happy with myself and I don't love myself. I absolutely do. The defeat comes in the third dimensional form of you show up and you do and you try. And even when you don't try so hard and you just try to let the universe unfold itself, and still nothing comes to fruition and nothing materializes for you. Like the bigger scheme questions of the deeper whys are still unanswered. And you're thinking all these crazy thoughts in your head, but they make sense to you because, okay, why do you invest so much of your time, energy, and to be happy, but don't get anything in results? I don't know. It drives me nuts. And that's where I'm at in this time of now thinking. I had to clear my energy. Sorry for the pause. A lot of downloads. As we had a lot of light codes come in today. The biggest thing I could say to all of you that are going through it right now, in whatever facet, whether it be spiritual, physical, mental, give yourself some compassion and grace. That's number one. You're not perfect, you're human. Flow through your emotions, get it out of you. Whatever that looks like, I'm done. I don't care the opinions of others. They're going to say what they're going to say. It's on them, not on me. You need to get the energy out of you. You don't want to let it suppress inside of you. You don't want to hold it in. Because when we hold in and suppress our emotional states, that causes dis-ease in your body, physically. We need to work together as a unity consciousness as we're formulating the Christ codes and have been for decades. Be gentle with yourself. I'm not being too hard on myself because I work really hard. I show up for myself each and every day, and I persevere where I need to persevere in. There are insurmountable things that have been hitting home and hitting hard. The unknowns are unlimited and expansive and are detrimental to my continuity on this plane of existence. But in the now moment, I am not letting any of that really eat away at me. I tend to live in the moment in the last 3 years, especially when things are just so hard, I don't know what to do or how to overcome them because the answers haven't been given to me yet, or I haven't discovered the doors that are opening. Be a light, even in your own darkness. I work well under the dark. I do. I like the dark. I like the darker things in life. I like the shadows. I find peace and calm in them. But not everybody can function that way. Like I said, I've created my best artwork and my best pieces in utter collapse. You have to know how you manage your collapse, your dark. Everybody does it differently. There's no one method, there's no one affirmation, there is no one guided meditation to lead you to the promised land of understanding or knowing or how to get to your final destination with prosperity and abundance. There's no Akashic record reader that's going to be like, yeah, you need to do X, Y, and Z in order to get to that final result, because that might not always work out. Your timeline's forever changing, and you need to experience your shadow. It's a part of your contract. We can't sit here and fake it until we make it. We could try, but I don't want to fake my emotions because that's false. I want to be able to thrive in my emotions and get to the frequency that's going to open up that wave function for it to collapse, for that photon to open up, and here's the light. Here's what you've been seeking. The bariatric pressure in the last probably 2 hours have been dropping or rising. My body is killing me. Like I said, I have arthritis. I've had it since I was 21. Well, before that, I'm sure, but diagnosed at 21. Mhm. We have to learn how to overcome differently. We have to change and do that change differently. And that is hard when you're deprogramming and you're hitting your spiritual peaks. And then the third dimension goes, ha, 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 ha. You're still in reality, honey. What works up there don't work down here. And it takes forever for it to materialize down here. So enjoy the ride, honey, as your middle finger goes up and you say, fuck it all. I'm there. I'm there with many of you. You know, we've worked so hard. Most people have worked so hard in our lifetimes, and it just never seems to be enough. It's an illusion, for sure. But I'm hoping that there's a day that we can all be and say that we're content. I have a Freya hair in my mouth. Yucky. As much as I love my Freya girl. Chicken! like my chicken. Let's get creative. Let's think outside of the box. I love thinking outside of the box. I love brainstorming abstraction. And I only do that best in my darkness. In my darkness. It's what keeps us here and lets us rise. It's what keeps us balanced, even though it doesn't seem like we are. The shadow is a very important aspect of your soul. Every higher ended being that inhabits your shell has a shadow. Yeshua's shadow was Lucifer. God's shadow was Satan. It's a shadow. It doesn't necessarily mean it's harmful unless you project it to be harmful. Third dimensional duality has a light and a dark. And because we're here in a solid matter form, we need to play that game. We need to be a part of that paradigm. Though you don't need to spiritually go by that stuff. Spiritually, I'm divine neutral because I respect that I have a shadow and I have a light side. But I combine them like Captain Planet and come into center, measuring both aspects of myself out, understanding both of my aspects. Chicken! Buck buck! I hate this game. There it goes. Buck buck. I know I'm crazy, but I'm crazy fun. And my pinky still hurts like a son of a bee. Monkey butt! Monkey butt in space. Monkey butt in space. Anybody see anything right there? Metaphysically speaking. Collapse of the wave function. I hate this camera. I really do. I don't like it. So I just wanted to come on and just give some hope to people who are going through the thick of things. I know some people have emailed me and you know, when will it get better? When the world isn't as fucked. When we start materializing the wave function of the other particles and photons on the other side of that string, that entanglement that we have created already that needs to be collapsed. And in order to do that in third dimension, you have to put cause, have action into motion and have a cause and effect. For me, I always say that I put it out there that I needed to move and I had to put the plans and actions in order to move. It's just not sitting on your couch eating some popcorn and thinking everything is going to happen for you by you just sitting there and doing nothing. We're not monks. We don't live in monasteries and Meditating for 20 hours a day is not a reality many of us live. We signed up to live a 3D life with 3D expectations and limitations, and it's about overcoming those limitations and expectations that normalized world we don't fit in. We're not here to conform to 3D. We're here to change the bitch. We're here to shift it. Most of us that are listening to me came here with a divine orchestrated purpose to be the change makers in the world. And that slowly is starting to seep into the matrix. The coding is changing and we're bugging out right now. It's like Windows 97 had a shit ton of bugs. In order for it to even function, you had to update it constantly. Your computers, your phones have to be updated at some juncture of its lifespan. We are all going through these debuggings and upgrades as we speak. Debugging meaning getting rid of the old program and getting rid of the problems in order for the new code to enter. That's the photons, that is the light energy coming in. And it's coming in so strong. Why I say you have to give yourself compassion. I know going and getting it out and releasing that energy, that negative, horrible feelings inside of me, I had to get them out. They still exist in here, but they're not that strong. Not as strong as having those dreams of transcending myself and asking, what the F was that? That's old self. That's not this self. Doesn't feel right. Then come to know that I have to heal all of that again, but heal it differently because it's not this body, it's other bodies. If you're going through a tough time, you have to ask yourself, what ripple of healing do you need to send out to your other selves? What is holding you back? For me, it's always been the finances. And I'm establishing a better relationship with it, but at the same time, like, reality is what reality is. I haven't found an outlet or a way to make abundance happen for myself to the extent where if something were to happen, I can fix it right away. I don't have to second guess. Where is the funds coming from? How do I make this happen? Who do I need to speak to? And that's where I'm at right now with, okay, if my principal can't do much for me because he has his eyes set on something else, well, I'm still going to make my dreams happen. There is two schools who are looking in my district who are looking for art teachers. Well, do I apply for those two? What is in my best interest? And do I really want to play the game? I'll play to a certain extent, but I am not going to put myself in a hole and not get my job. Unless it's in writing and in a contract, there's no guarantees in life. Or there's nothing to go back on and go, oh yeah, here. I'm still looking for a summer job. I'm still planning on continuing to do this. I just don't know in what capacity if I do get another job. We'll see. Move forward. Allow your feelings to come out. And if you can't get them out verbally, get them out in writing. Go ground. But still allow yourself to get it out of you. If that's a good cry, a good scream, a good fuck yourself, literally, do that. Don't hold it in. Suppressing your emotional sense isn't going to get you anywhere but into a disease sick state. You're lowering your frequency. Yeah, sure. Do you lower your frequency when you're screaming out and you're limiting you're putting limited beliefs out? Yeah, but you're also purging them at the same time. You got to weigh what's best for you. And for me, I rather get it out of my system. I rather scream to bloody hell, getting it out of myself so that it doesn't come back to eat me later. Because after I get it out and I lower my frequency, I can always raise it up again. Easter was a little lonely for me, and I decided I'm going to paint with everybody. Um, I was invited out to eat, and I just needed to get these in the work done. I'm not giving up until I have no other options. And I rather persevere and know that I put the effort in and didn't get it because of whatever outside circumstances, but at least I know that I tried and I put my 100% in. And not just sit there and think someone's going to hand me a position because I deserve it. No, because I worked really hard to get there. And that's really at the end of the day, I'm hoping with all of you that you come into your own accordance and understanding of. You worked hard for it. And if it didn't work out, at least you put the effort in. It wasn't lost. You did. You persevered as long as you could possibly persevere. I think that's really the takeaway of why I'm doing this video. Besides the fact that I'm tired and I'm going to have to go take a shower and get some reading in and go to sleep. Because tomorrow is a brand new animal. I can only help wondering. It's almost May. Things are going to come to a head. Brace for these changes in the world, but don't let them affect you. Don't absorb it. Don't attach yourself to it. Objectively listen. Don't allow it to control you. Don't obsess over it. It's interesting stuff going on right now, and it will only increase from here. We're in the astrological period of that anyway, whether it be for yourself or for your outside world that you're stuck on. Go with it. I will be live tomorrow for a craft and sip. I have a fun idea that I want to try out. Uh, Again, curriculum stuff, as I have a few more days to go until I potentially may or may not have an interview. We will see. Um, we will see. I can only hope that each and every one of us that are in the suffering right now know that this is a great healing for us as much as we don't see it right now. If we can do this, we can do anything. And we have to empower ourselves to stand on our 2 feet and just keep pushing until that door opens or that opportunity comes or that abundance shows up. Don't give up. I haven't given up on my dreams, and it's been 20 years, probably longer than that. I hope you all had a fantastic Easter and Passover and whatever you celebrate at home. Know that you need to balance your energy right now. Take advantage of your shadow. For me, the shadow helps me get creative and think outside of my paradigm. If that's what helps you working in the chaos and in the thick of things, go for it. Don't deny yourself those things. Sending each and every one of you love, light, compassion, grace, shielding, and protective energy. Please go within. Be the physical shoulder for somebody, and I hope that somebody's the shoulder for you. Be the lighthouse. Sprinkle and seed your truths. And I hope to see you all in the next one. Monkey butt. Freya says hi. Ducky! Bunny! I don't know. I love them. I don't think I can give those up right now. But until the next one, guys, thank you so much for your appreciative support, your abundance, my gratitude to everybody, and to seriously, thank you all for just allowing me to talk to you and help you and steer you in a direction. Maybe that might be helpful, maybe not. But that's not without a lack of trying. Be the lighthouses in your community. Keep pushing. Don't give up. We're not made for that. Let's burn away and purify. Until tomorrow and the next one, guys, I will be live tomorrow. I don't know what time. We'll see when I get home. But I will have a craft and sip, and stay tuned. Thank you all for your love, your light, your prayers. And I hope to see you on the next one. Light the path forward. Bye for now.